official for sale video for my 2016 370z Nismo. Gonna do a walk around and put a list together here on my phone that I'm gonna read off of, and then I'll probably put all the parts in the video as well, and I might put the prices next to them just so that you know, you can see what it would cost to replicate the build. So start off 3 window tint. I've got 50% on the front and 15 on the sides and back. Wheels, it's got the BC Forged HC S04S. It's a 19 by 10 in the front and then an 11.5 in the rear. I've got it on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S 275/35 in the front, and then a 325/30 in the rear. And these have about 10,000 miles on them. I put them on when the car hit 42,000 miles, and now the car is at I believe 52. Moving on to the front. So the front and the sides, it's got the carbon signal front lip and side blades, and they are the official carbon signal pieces. They came from Dubai. Really good quality, really thick. There's several times where I've you know, bottomed out on the highway and scraped the front lip, and that thing has never once budged. Super good quality parts. They are fading a little bit, just in a few areas on the front and then on the side here, and it's the same on the other side, but luckily that's just the clear coat. There's nothing wrong with the actual pieces. Those can just be re-cleared. I also have carbon hood struts. I used to have a carbon hood, but got really faded and I didn't feel like paying a crazy price to have it re-cleared, so I ended up putting the OEM hood back on. Paint on the car is in, I would say, 9 out of 10 condition. I mean, it, you know, for a car that's almost 10 years old, it's pretty immaculate. Moving on to suspension. It's on KW V1 coilovers. It's got Voodoo 13 front upper control arms, and then in the rear, it's got the SPL rear camber arms. Ride really good. The KWs are awesome. They are incredible track setup. Super stiff. I wouldn't really say they're the best for daily driving because they're not very soft. I think it's more of a track coilover, but they feel awesome in the mountains and they ride great. So moving on to brakes, it's got both the front and the rear. It's got the Z1 two-piece sprinkle slotted rotors, Z1 premium stainless steel brake lines, and it's also got the Z1 master cylinder brace. I also had the differential rebuilt at 36,000 miles. I did the Z1 differential. So they did the bushings, all new OEM seals, bearings, the diff cover. I got their Z1 diff cover as well. Engine and performance, I guess we'll call it. So it's got a coolant catch can combo tank. It has the Motordyne Shockwave exhaust. It's the 2-inch. And it also has the Thunder mid-pipe. I don't believe they make this anymore. I'm not sure, but I've never seen, you know, that anywhere else. So I think that might be something they don't make anymore. Boosted performance, single turbo kit. That was put on at 21,000 miles with the comp oilless triple ceramic ball bearing turbo. It's a 6.767, rated for 1,000. So right now this is the car is just on an e-tune through Specialty Z. I've never had any issues with the tune. Guys over at Specialty Z are awesome. They're super easy to work with, great guys. I definitely recommend them. You know, with everything on the car, it could definitely make more. That's just more of like a conservative tune to have fun with it, you know, beat on it and not really have run into performance issues. I've got the HKS SSQ V4 blow-off valve with the tile wastegates, CJM S1 SE fuel return system with the billet fuel rails and billet top hat, Walbro 45 fuel pump, Deechworks upgraded fuel pump wiring. So also have the Bosch EV14 1200cc injectors. Those have been cleaned in flow tests. I've had them cleaned a couple times just to make sure they're good to go. I also had the the rubber little, I don't know what do they call them, seals or grommets, whatever. I had new ones of those put on whenever when I had them cleaned. GTR spark plugs, Zitronix ECA2 flex fuel sensor engaged. That's really nice. Anytime you go fill up with E85, you can see what the content is and the percentage. That way you always know. So with the way the tune is set up and the fuel system, you can run straight E85, straight 93, or mix it as much as you want. Super convenient because if you're doing a mountain run with your friends and there's no 85 up there, you can just fill up with 93 and have no issues. So that's really nice. As I was editing the video, I realized I never showed the actual engine bay. So here it is. Looks pretty stock for the most part. Almost looks like it just has aftermarket intakes. But yeah, pretty clean. Doesn't really show too much. I don't really pop the hood open at meets just because it looks pretty stock. And for those of you that don't know, the turbo on the Boosted Performance mid-mount kit actually sits underneath the car. So that's why you can't see it from the engine bay. I've got the, I'll move over to the inside so we can see. All right, so moving on to the inside, I've got the Pro Sport Premium Evo boost gauge, Pro Sport Premium Evo oil pressure gauge. I also have the Zitronix ZT3 wideband AFR gauge, and these are all in an OEM triple pod, so that basically matches the passenger pillar. Looks all OEM, doesn't look aftermarket at all. So I also have the Brainiac tablet kit, so that's an actual tablet that's in there. Super nice, basically just replaces the entire stereo and navigation system. Really nice to use. Basically you can use Apple CarPlay with it if you have the adapter plug. But that's really nice. Really makes the interior feel like a newer car. Also have a Alcantara shift boot with the Tommy Kyra shift knob. Interior is, pretty immaculate. I'd give it, 9 out of 10. There is a little bit of wear on the sides of the Recaro seats, and these come with all the V2 Nismos have these Recaro seats, which is really nice. But yeah, interior is in, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I clean the Alcantara on the steering wheel pretty frequently, so that's in really good condition. Door panels, those are in really good condition. This thing is pretty mint. I also have a South Bend Stage 3 clutch and billet flywheel. I replaced this and the flywheel at 48,000 miles, so the clutch is good to go. It also has a Z-Speed heavy-duty CSC stainless clutch line, and then we use the Modal RBF 600 fluid. Also replaced the clutch master cylinder at 48,000 miles, so it's all good to go from there. It does have also has the RJM 3.1 clutch pedal, so that's really nice because if you like the clutch point to be a little lower or more on the OEM spot, which is a little higher on the Z's, that's fully adjustable, which is real nice. So I think that's just about everything that it has. If I left anything out, I'll put it in the description. I'll probably end up putting the full list in the description anyway. But yeah, it's an awesome car. It's in great condition. And the fitment on this is just awesome. The car looks incredible. The amount of attention that this thing gets is ridiculous. I don't know if it's the red wheels or just because you don't really see that many 370z Nismos, with the lip and the wheels and the sound the way this one does. But even just now making this video, I've had a couple people come over and say how nice of a car it is. Yeah, I hate to let it go, but it's just time to move on to the next thing. I've had it for almost 5 years. But yeah, so 2016 370z Nismo, 52,000 miles, 6-speed manual, single turbo, wheels, brakes, suspension. I mean, every corner of this thing's been touched. The only thing it really doesn't have is a, fully built motor. Other than that, I mean, it's got just about everything. I've taken it a couple times to the mountains. Fortunately, I live pretty close to Tail of the Dragon, and car's been there a couple times. Some routes near there, and I mean, this thing just does incredible there. I mean, it's really built more for the track and mountains than anything. I think when we put it on the dyno, it made 556, and that was only on like 10 or 11 pounds of a boost. Could definitely make more. I mean, the turbo's rated for 1,000, injectors, fuel pump, everything support 600 and upward. It definitely could make that. It's just on an E-Tune, conservative E-Tune through Specialty Z. Those guys are awesome. Definitely recommend them. Really great to work with. Any issues I've ever had, if I've reached out to them, I've gotten a response, within a couple days, and they've always helped me figure it out. But yeah, I mean, this thing it's one hell of a car. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but it is clean title, never been in an accident. I'm the second owner. I bought it when it had, I think it was 26,000 miles. It's at, 52 now. So about double. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the wheels or if it's just the whole car, but I mean, the amount of attention this thing gets, and you'll be driving and all sorts of people just rev and try to race, and it's hilarious. I was gonna put some videos, add some clips in there of me, driving the car, doing pulls, exhaust, but I have a bunch of other videos on the channel of that. So if you want to hear the car and see pulls, just go check those out. I just wanted to put this together. I've had the car up for sale for a couple months now, just on Facebook Marketplace, and hadn't really gotten anybody serious, so I figured I'd just make a YouTube video kind of doing a build breakdown and saying that it's officially for sale. The sunset is crazy. Yeah, so this is it. If you guys are interested, or somebody interested, just leave a comment below and we can go from there. If you guys have any questions on what's on the car, or my opinion on parts for the Z platform, or my experience with the single turbo kit, putting 26,000 miles on it, just comment below. Appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, we'll see what's next. I've got some other stuff, other cars in mind, but we'll see.